Hey, are we live? Welcome to
Yeah.
episode 81 of the Fancast. I am your host, Brain Muffin, Cuckmuffin, Channel Dad, and Juicy Lape if you have access to Patreon.
Oh, that's a new one.
So, sorry, but I started sneezing about 10 after 8 and I haven't really stopped. I don't know why. Took some emergency and all that other stuff. So, I'm going to try to do a little talking. And I will say, if you are subscriber 100, you will get a free hand job from TapAndDie.
Oh, what's that, man?
Now I'm in Eric Ward, the angry white man. So say hello, TapAndDie.
Hello.
And all the way from the northeast somewhere before he hits the road for good, Reality Spring.
Only the dead can know peace from this madness.
Kill me now, then.
Kill me now. Oh, how's everybody doing?
Dark.
How's Mama and him?
Oh, finally the week is over, and I'm gonna get to enjoy the weekend. My mom gets her presents tomorrow, but she's still gonna cook.
She's still gonna cook.
You know, everybody's working for the weekend.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what
I am the weekend.
Better start from start. I forget what the next phrase is. But yeah, I found out today. My wife's like, yeah, we're gonna put a flower bed in on one side of the house that we used to have years ago before we had piers put under the house. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad you told me today, as opposed to tomorrow morning when I'm not up. Come on, let's go dig. I mean, it's just rocky and hard dirt over there. I mean, it can't even get grass to grow, so it's going to be real fun.
Just look at it, wait, and go have fun. Yeah. Let me know how it goes.
So that's her Mother's Day. My Mother's Day gift to her is putting in a flower bed, apparently.
Lame. What's the point? You're not going to get laid anyway.
Right.
Well, I don't get in trouble. I don't get my mother-in-law and my own mother yelling at me for so. Otherwise, it's Mother's Day. I would forget if it wasn't for all the commercials that constantly remind me it's Mother's Day.
Yep. Thank God for the commercials.
Yeah, I don't see David in the chat, but hey, David, if you're out there listening and look at TapAndDie's message and come on. So this past week we've had some Star Wars news. I've done 0 videos about it, and well, no, it's not true.
I am so surprised at that.
Yeah, no, I did the ones about the schedule.
Oh, about this new Star Wars and the new Avatar movies.
The Avatar.
Avatared.
They're finally happening. Thank God. I just didn't know how long I was going to last without the next sequel. Oh God.
Well, anyway. and they they were announced. I mean, how long ago did what's his nuts announce them?
Cameron. That was his name.
Cameron. I know.
I don't know.
5-6 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
This has been his dream project for since 2009, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly longer than that, but
nobody
I think
gives
it came
a
out
shit.
2008, right?
Yeah, nobody cared then. Nobody cares now.
Yeah.
I cared.
3 people are going to go see this movie. They're going to walk out going, it's okay.
Yeah, and I saw the first Avatar. Granted, I had to wait for it to be on home video because I didn't want to see it in 3D. But I was like, okay, I know, there were a lot of, I guess, Rush Limbaugh listeners that were all yelling and screaming about it. And I'm like, this is exactly what happened in the West. We moved Indians off their land multiple times and just stole stuff. I was like, this is what humans have done for millennia. This isn't anything new.
Yep.
Why you're all upset about it?
I don't know why they think they're special.
And I know they say Ferngully in space, but it's fine. But that's Ferngully was just a retelling of look at how the Mongols took land. And in some places they would raise a village to the ground and plant salt and go on with life.
Yep.
But
they were some badasses.
It was definitely a ended movie. But so anybody who hasn't heard the news, I'm bringing up my own video because it only has 21 views, and that's not getting baby new shoes there.
Yeah, well, you need to mispronounce some names more.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have. I still. Well, it's been a couple days, but every other day or so, there's still somebody who thinks they're new and clever and says, "Did he say Martin Downey Jr.?" or Morton Downey Jr. or whatever it is I say, and I'm just like, yeah. And who's Hawkman? That's DC, you dumbass. It's so stupid. It's like we know that, and we've already dealt with it multiple times. And see, I'm looking at my signals, and in there it says I'm still green on like this, but it's getting really. Is this a lot louder? Is this better? Is this better? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Because the Mac likes to just change my input levels willy-nilly when I'm not looking, because that's what Macs do. Anyway, Avatar 2. Originally, Avatar 2 was set to open to December 18th, 2020. It will now hit theaters December 17th, 2021. Can you wait? Can you dig it?
Yep, I can dig.
Well,
what the heck could it be about, though? I mean, if you think about it, the story was kind of over. What else are they going to do?
It's supposed to be a water planet because James Cameron has a hard-on for underwater photography.
You damn straight he does. He's going to reshoot the...
Yeah, he wants to recapture the magic of Titanic. So it's going to be Space Titanic. Spitanic.
Spitanic.
I'm trying to find the star.
Do you think he's going to get Leonardo DiCaprio to cameo?
Oh, probably.
Yep.
He'll be Sigourney Weaver's son, who's interning with the project.
Oh, God.
So the next the next Star Wars movie is 2022, and then every 2 years after that, because 2 years is plenty of time to make a quality Star Wars movie. Rian Johnson showed that.
Yep, they're going to leapfrog Star Wars and Avatar.
Star Wars and Avatar. Yeah, and so this led to all kinds of speculations. Although
speculation.
Yes, no official word, but because it was Iger who said it, not Kathleen Kennedy, the belief is Rian Johnson has been canceled.
Thank God.
And in good old what is that movie? Whatever. Cinema Sin style, bing, roll credits.
Yep.
I'm just glad it's over. Hopefully this is the end of it, because I kind of got tired of hearing people say, well, Rian Johnson's not going to get it. Like, yeah, okay, we know he's not going to get it. We'll just wait and see until it's confirmed. But this seems to be confirming it now, because they're giving it to those Game of Thrones guys. Mm-hmm. Apparently.
Yeah, because they're doing so great.
Speaking of that real quick, I went back to watch the episode, the last episode that came out of Game of Thrones. They edited out the coffee cup. Because I heard people mention it, and I was like, okay, well, let me check, because I had just seen it like a couple of days ago, and I saw it, and I was like, yep, the coffee cup is gone.
The screenshots are already everywhere.
I know, it's too late now.
Yeah. There was another one. There's like a group shot. And you can see friggin' Jamie in the background holding a cup.
Yeah, some kind of red. I don't know if it's cup or a thing of.
Well, they said that was part of a deleted scene anyway.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter. But wouldn't that be funny if it was there the whole time and no one noticed it till they went back?
Was that from this season, or was that from a former season? The group shot.
Well. It's hard to tell because he's holding the cup in his right hand, and the character doesn't have a right hand anymore.
Oh,
so it could be like a flashback shot or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like, what are they? They're just sitting around and go like, okay, let's shoot it. I mean, like the coffee cup. If you're in an active shoot on an active set, now granted,
you would remove it.
I have zero movie experience. How in the freak does that get on an active set?
No, that should be. That shit doesn't leave the craft table. If you're having a friggin' coffee between takes, you go have your coffee offset, or you have someone take that, bring it to you, take a sip, and then take it away again. Mm-hmm. There are people in charge of continuity to make sure everything's where it's supposed to be, and there aren't any things that aren't supposed to be there. I know. I've done that job before. You gotta you gotta literally stand up and read off this long list. Okay, this shot you have this thing and this thing and this thing. You got 3 of these, and you gotta look around and inspect the entire set before the shoot can start.
Well, clearly,
it does
no
get a
one
little
was around.
tedious. Yeah.
But you know,
But yeah,
it's tedious, but it's like it's worth it because you don't want to be a meme, the next meme. And get did you see that someone posted on the Facebook group, the fan group, Han Solo with Greedo, and there's a Starbucks coffee cup. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of those.
Yep, that's going to be there for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you got to figure, like 8 years on, they're all getting kind of tired of this job, so no one's really paying attention anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wonder how much of it's that, and how much of it, because there's been some stuff with the cast, and people are asking, oh, is this really exciting? Is it? And they're kind of like, yeah, no,
like, yeah, it's fine.
So it's kind of like they're just,
it's a job.
Yeah. And if that attitude was on set because they're reading the script, going, what the,
What's this?
They may all just be sitting around going, okay, everybody, put away your lattes. We're going to shoot now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, nope. They're just like, fuck it. It's like, it's almost over.
Yeah. They're like,
which is a shame because people liked it. That's great that someone found a like because when I first saw it, I was like, it looked like it was going to be good. But the main reason why I didn't get into it was because I didn't have HBO. Only saw one episode. And, that was it. I would hear people talking about it. And I'm like, hey, that's good. They have something they enjoy. Seems like it's good. I think my brother would tell me about it. And then finally I started watching it just for the hell of it. But I'm skipping through most of it, just watching what's his name again? Tyrion, there you go. Tywin's the dad.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Like, he's interesting. I like watching him.
I didn't have HBO either. I kind of just downloaded the full seasons and burned them to blank DVDs and watched it that way. I'm shameless when it comes to shit like that. I don't care.
Yeah.
Those sets are freaking $60 a piece. Like, fuck you guys. That's just bullshit. It costs like maybe $8 to make.
$8 to make what?
Make a friggin' DVD set. They're charging like $60-$70 for these things.
Oh yeah. I usually wait for a season. Yeah, I don't buy them. Brent, when they first come out, I'll wait a bit, depending on what it is. But usually I'll wait. I don't want to spend that much. Like, it took me a long time to finally buy Band of Brothers, like this past Christmas. I love Band of Brothers, but I waited for till it was like $10, and it was worth the wait because I ended up with the digital copy and the Blu-ray. So fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I rented the first season. I rented disc 1 from season 1 from Netflix and watched the first however many episodes, and it said, yeah, it's not my cup of tea, and that was it.
Yeah, you didn't like this. I know you didn't like the sex scenes. Was that it?
Yeah.
That makes you nervous because you haven't done it in a while.
I'm getting all choked up just thinking about it.
Yep.
Hey, Seth Scott.
Oh, hey, Seth. Who else is in the chat? Because I can't see.
Unnamed Ghoul was there briefly. I guess he's still there.
Who?
Unnamed
Ghoul.
Unnamed Ghoul.
Lape doing no talking? Yeah, right.
And Adam is with us.
So,
yay.
I don't know when he posted that. There's no time. So I don't. Well, can I see time? No.
Can you?
Yeah, he posted at 8:43.
Yeah, right.
So that was like 11 minutes ago, or 12 minutes.
How are you seeing when they're posting?
I'm watching it on my phone.
Oh, gotcha.
I've got no way to watch it, so I have no idea.
So we had what's his face? Shill numero uno, Star Wars shill. What is it?
John Campea?
Yeah, was it John Campea that
confirmed it?
He confirmed it because he knows everything Star Wars.
Yep, because he'd be sucking on that dick. That Star Wars dick. And then he asked for seconds. He'd be asking for seconds.
The mouse peen.
Mm-hmm.
The mouse peen?
Kathleen Kennedy. May I fellatio again?
May I have another? Oh, crap.
But yeah, so I don't know. I guess it's still. I guess there's no official word, but that's part of it. Is Rian Johnson was Kathleen Kennedy's favorite, and Bob
Iger's like, no, bitch.
Yeah, but D&D from I did name them. I forget their real names.
I'll just call them D&D like everybody else.
David Benioff and Benioff. And
Thing
D.B.
1 and
Weiss.
Thing 2.
Yeah.
Because
Dick
I mean,
one and
because
Dick
remember
two.
how some people were excited that they were gonna do Star Wars, I'm sure. And they're like, hey, they did Game of Thrones, that shouldn't be too bad. And then look what happened. We now know they're complete fucking idiots because they needed the books to go off of.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was they were adapting someone else's work, and
Well, yeah, but some people could, they learn, and then you think at some point they would have learned and try to stick with it a little bit more, like try to at least finish the show. They've been with it this whole time, but I guess they figure they're too big now to worry about it. They think they're too big to fail.
I don't know. Maybe they just can't write. Adapting a story is one thing. Coming up.
Well, I know it's that, but I'm just saying that you think they would get someone competent who knows what they're doing, at least somewhat. But it seems like they don't at all anything. I mean, yeah, they're adapting, but at the same time, you would have someone's competent enough to know what the hell they're doing as soon as they run out of story.
Competent, not competent.
Whatever I'm saying competent.
Oh, doesn't sound like it.
Look, just because you have a shitty headphones. Look, I got the good ones. I got Insignia.
Yeah.
David just popped up in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Well, hello, David. You're supposed to be here.
So what did he want to talk about?
What?
I don't know.
Whatever we were going to talk about. Well, we're going to talk about anything else. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
It's our show.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I almost dropped my phone. I thought I was gonna freak. Well, Lape, you need to send him the link. That's why. I'm about to send it. There it goes. Idiot. Hold on. Well, I almost dropped my phone, so I'm kind of an idiot too.
Anyway.
Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
All right. So do you guys think that's what?
I think
it's Rian Johnson's trilogy. It's gotten canceled, or
they
you think they haven't made up their minds? They just know there's going to be one trilogy, but they have no idea who's going to do it.
I think at this point they still have no plan.
Mm-hmm.
Their only objective is to turn this shit out as much and as fast as possible to try to squeeze every last dime they can out of the franchise. And that's all there is to it.
Yep. Is that all? Would you like to know more?
That's it. That's all they got. We want money. Let's just make a bunch of shit and people will go see it and money.
Yeah. Welcome, David. Let's see if he can talk.
Let's just shit and people will go see it. Hey, I sound good.
That's it. Yeah. So I'm waiting for the link, thinking dramatic surprise, and then TapAndDie says, "Where are you?" That's it.
Mm-hmm. And then we hear Frank.
Dramatic surprise, and
I think you need some headphones, dude.
Yeah, or turn down the volume. What they do on the radio, they say, "Hey, turn down the volume."
So you guys can hear him.
I can hear him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Well, there goes Lape.
I pressed the wrong mute.
I didn't know there was another 2 mutes.
I don't understand it. I don't know why this suddenly just does this.
Because you have a shitty computer.
You're on a Mac. You're on a Mac and it doesn't like Google stuff.
Yep.
Google doesn't like us. That's the problem.
Nobody likes us.
One of these things is not
like the other. But
one of these things just isn't the same.
Too big to fail seems to be a common thread nowadays, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Every large franchise, from Harry Potter to Star Wars, now the MCU, has decided, oh, look at all the other people who went woke and went broke. Let's join the fan club.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're too big to fail.
Yeah,
Yep.
too big to
Definition
fail.
of insanity: keep doing the same thing, expect different results.
Yep.
Yeah. But well, no one in the entertainment business has gone bankrupt yet. So they've gone woke and they didn't go broke.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Give it some
Yeah,
time.
well, wasn't Disney bailed out in the 90s?
I don't remember. How
Not
I wasn't
really.
paying attention to Disney.
They didn't get bought out or bailed out, but they just kind of faded into the background until they got their shit together.
Well, then they're in the 80s, they were getting their shit together.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, in the 80s, they were good in the 80s. They had all sorts of good shit back then.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh God.
And how many remakes did they do and kept making $1 billion? That was scary.
When? What remakes? Huh?
3 remakes before they finally lost money. But
Which
by
ones?
then they made billions.
Which remakes though?
They failed with the remake. The live action remake failed with that Hermione chick.
Oh, yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
The Beauty and the Beast
One
one.
who couldn't sing.
That freaking movie with all the black people living in France for some reason.
Okay. Time out. Adam, Black Cauldron was fucking badass. So you just shut right the hell up.
Damn.
Okay, carry on.
Frank had to put his foot down. Shit.
Hey, Frank is right.
Put my size 12 right down.
I actually only seen it, the Black Cauldron, once, and I do remember liking it, so I really can't
That
say
fucking
too
movie
much.
is hardcore.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the what's his name with the Horned King? That motherfucker walks in, everyone goes quiet, and they're like, "Oh shit, this motherfucker."
Yep. That's some serious fucking shit right there.
Was, up until then, Disney had made saccharine films.
Mm-hmm.
They made a what? I didn't hear you.
So,
Saccharin. Like,
artificial sugar, saccharine. They made artificial sugar films like Herbie and the Love Bug.
Oh, okay. Oh,
those are like
60s though.
Those are the 60s and 70s. Yeah, the freaking old like bed knobs and broomsticks.
Oh, I
and
like that as a
Velveteen
kid.
Candle and shit like that. Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Mary Poppins.
Chitty Bang
Yep.
Bang.
Yeah.
You know, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was written by the author of James Bond as a love letter to his only son. And do you know what his son did? Because
He
his
died?
father made him famous, he killed himself.
Wow.
What the fuck?
I know.
The show got
And he
dark.
didn't want Disney
Wow, that's
to air
hardcore.
that movie ever again. Ian Fleming wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Well, damn, it's like that's the last thing I ever do for my son.
I've
would
never
like-
seen that actually.
I think I only saw a little bit of it. I only remember seeing the end of it.
That's why you'd never hear from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. They had him never show it again because his son killed himself over it.
Damn, that sucks. Well, I had heard too that the guy who made Winnie the Pooh used his son too, and the son started resenting him for that.
Yeah, but and then later in life, when he inherited it all, he said, "Holy fuck! Thank you, Dad."
Yeah, pretty much.
So we know which son to look up to.
Yeah.
He appreciated his father
You want your son to
later on.
look up to you, make him a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm. I bet. Damn, these kids and their suicidal tendencies.
Yeah.
Just make
like-
sure he's not a heroin addict.
I mean, I get if you're in a really bad situation, like you're surrounded, you got the grenade, you're ready to pull that pin and kill as many people as you can, but then it's like, oh, I'm depressed. I'm like, come on, dude, you can get through it. It's not that hard. I've been depressed. You know, you can find your way. But anyway, enough of this darkness. Back to some more other shitty darkness like Star Wars.
We've hashed that enough. They're gonna leapfrog Star Wars and Avatar for the next fucking 100 years.
1,000 if they're lucky.
They're going to do it for about 4 or 5, and they're going to run out of money. Well,
Disney's going to create a sub streaming service that's all Star Wars because they're going to have so much of it. And no one's going to watch it.
Oh, glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
They are hoping. They're saying that this is the last Terminator. Yeah, right.
Oh, God damn it. The headache's back.
Until Rian Johnson replays.
Gee whiz, Adam. David, sorry.
Sorry.
Whoever the hell you are. Well, speaking of original programming, are you guys excited for the original show Catch-22 on Hulu?
No.
Last night, the trailer dropped for The Watchmen, the series on HBO.
Yeah, people are going crazy over that. Some people are a lot. I've seen so far people aren't liking it. I don't know if anyone else is if anyone actually is liking it. But
actually,
I've heard people hating it.
of likes. I saw a lot of likes when it first on the first play.
Mm-hmm.
And it's over 1 million views or something now. I forget what the ratio is, but I think it's still more liked.
No, what's the premise for this?
It's supposed to be a sequel.
The Rorschach, right? It's the Rorschach Diary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the Rorschach Diary was the movie and the comic.
It's the second comic, the Doomsday series.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one that someone had mentioned. I remember, but I'm just wondering what's with the end of the world thing have to do. Why does everyone think the world's ending if he's just detailing what happened, the events of the first one?
Because that's what the cult is about. They think the world... Yeah, they think the world that these heroes created has to end.
Oh, okay. You know, okay. Yeah, okay.
Ozymandias is in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one who made the world a shitty place on purpose.
Okay, then. Well,
it's the cult of Rorschach.
And they're the ones who want to take it all apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like it's been led by Don Johnson, which is why the initial reaction was so good. Because he rarely puts his name to anything that turns to shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't even notice it was Don Johnson. I haven't seen him in a while.
We're talking Don Johnson from Miami Vice?
Yep. And as you know, he's been selective throughout his career, despite the fact he doesn't have Tony Stark money. You know, or Robert Downey Jr., sorry.
I was going to say like Tony Stark, because he had a lot of money.
Nobody's got that kind of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean? You know how some of these rich Hollywood types, they turn down movies and they say, oh, well, I'm rich enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not true, because you've got to act every year to keep your SAG.
Mm-hmm.
So Don Johnson's been acting somewhere to keep his SAG.
He's been doing B movies in Bulgaria or something. We just don't know about it.
Oh, no, he's probably been working behind the scenes. You don't have to be on screen. You just have to be working in Hollywood.
Well, we'll see. Because like I said, the people I listen to, they haven't liked it. But if other people like it, yeah, it's fine. Because I'm probably not going to watch it anyways. Because I don't have HBO.
Oh, come on. Marvel fans are hating on it because DC bought The Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
And the Doomsday series has Batman getting his ass kicked.
The Doomsday? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess I'm not following much of
The Watchmen.
Oh, shit. You hear that? Frank?
Problem is, they're associating the Doomsday in The Watchmen with the crappy CGI Doomsday in the Batman v Superman movie.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
But
it's not.
Why not bring in the real Doomsday from the comics?
That's what they're promising. That's what the HBO said. They're going to bring back the real Doomsday.
Well,
you're going to pretend
that's going to be a short fight if Dr. Manhattan's there.
Yep. He's just going to zap. He's going to slap him with his blue dong.
Well, he could either completely demolecularize him or just teleport him to the other side of the universe in an instant. Holy shit, Nick Udham.
Problem. He's too powerful.
What?
He's a Gary
in the chat.
Nick's here. Hey, Nick.
Oh, hey, Nick. What is it, the Big Rig Nick Udham?
Big Rig here. All right.
I imagine him with black flames for some reason, and he turns into a semi-truck.
He says you have no idea how SAG works.
He says he's pretty. He says, I'm pretty. You have no idea how SAG works. You got to say it right.
No, sorry. This is my
I'm glad that Nick is feeling pretty. At least he's beyond cute. So if he was only feeling cute, he might do something, horrendous. Like
he might delete later.
cancel the
feel
internet.
pretty.
Okay, I had
I'm
to
so
close the
pretty.
chat, so
I feel pretty and witty and bright. Sorry.
all right.
Are you finished?
Yes. Moving on.
I was just asking.
Moving on. Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know. What are we talking about?
Come on,
I
which
don't
one?
know how SAG works apparently, and yeah, well, SAG seems to have different rules for different people, so
Oh, that's
who
not
knows how SAG
surprising.
really works.
Yeah.
But Don Johnson is still a legal member of SAG or whatever. He works. He's got a huge body of work, but most people don't know it. But he's done some great stuff.
Well, and then if you're,
Yeah, he did this little show. You might have heard of it, Miami Vice.
no.
Well, after that, he's
I
done
know.
other shows.
He's got a
that
lot
did
of TV
better.
movies, TV shows, some regular movies. Yeah, he's got something every year, pretty much.
I liked him on Boy and His Dog. That's my favorite movie of him. That's a good one.
A Boy and His Dog.
Yeah, you never heard of that movie?
Yeah, I think I have.
It's on Amazon. You can watch it there. It's like basically the movie that inspired the Fallout series.
There's a woman on the poster.
There's a what?
There's a picture of a young woman in her underwear on the poster.
Of the movie?
There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying I've never seen that. I've only seen the one with the atomic bomb going off in the distance.
And she's laying in front of a tunnel with a ladder going down.
Yeah, that's the underground. That's where the vault is.
Yeah.
That's where all the people live. Well, not all of them, but some of them.
An R-rated, rather kinky tale of survival.
Mhm. Well, yeah, because John Johnson's character is basically just going around trying to get laid. That's the main goal.
Who isn't?
Right. Well, this is even more because women are more rare after the nuclear wars and all that.
Oh, back then.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Yep.
Clear.
So it's basically, Melanie's not home. I'm going for a walk movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And his great companion, the dog, or Blood, I think is his name. I haven't seen that movie in a while, but the dog talks to him and teaches him stuff.
The crocheted bikini. I missed that.
Mm-hmm. And then there's people wear makeup underground. They look like clowns and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this movie out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. It's freaking awesome.
How old is Don?
I think it came out in the late 70s.
Yeah, it was 75 is that, but yeah, he's 2 years younger than my mother. So. Huh.
Younger than who?
My mother. So he was 20
Like 200,000 years at this point.
1949. You goofball.
Okay.
BC.
That was a cheap shot. I had to take it.
Yeah. I was looking up something today because I was listening to the Patreon stuff, and they were talking about Mutant Ninja Turtles back in '90 or whatever that was. And then the woman who plays April is 1 day younger than I am. So it's pretty
Wow. Judith Hogue.
Yeah. 29th of June. But yeah, what's also pretty awesome is that we had a guy, well, they've been here all week, but I got a chance to talk to him because the company I work for, we've got some people all over the world, not a whole lot, but some. But this guy's from London. And we were talking about stuff, and somehow I said, yeah, I was in Chicago for a Star Wars celebration. And they said, oh, you went to that? How was that? And at first I thought, oh no, I've got a Star Wars fanatic on my hands. I better tread lightly. I'm going to say The Last Jedi sucks. I'm going to get punched. But no, we started talking, and it's like, you know, and then I showed him my my trailer, and we're talking about stuff, and it's like, oh, you know, Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers. I said, yeah. I said, you know, and Jesse Milestone was there, and you know, I started name dropping, and he's heard of World Class Bullshitters, but hasn't really listened. But you know, listens a lot of Mahler, EVS. There was a couple other people he mentioned too that I hadn't heard of before, but it was pretty wild. And,
did you tell him that we're just as big as those guys and he should subscribe right away?
Yeah, so we can hit that 100.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's why you have the +1, -1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could have been the 100th one and got a free hand job, but from Eric. But yeah, it was pretty wild. It was like, yeah, and we talked about different things, you know, and he was one of he's similar to Jeremy, right? He, you know, The Force Awakens. It's like, okay, this isn't great, but maybe, and then The Last Jedi just trashed it.
Yep. She just told him to his face, like, Last Jedi sucked. I don't care what anyone says. Let them try to punch you, man. Fight them back.
So, and then we talked about some of Mahler's, his really, really
his 12-hour-long videos and how awesome they are. I was disappointed in Mahler that he did that Game of Thrones video and it was only like 40 minutes long. I expected it 12 hours at least.
Yeah, I know. He did 9 hours on The Last Jedi.
Yep.
Well, he broke that into 3 parts.
Yeah,
but it was awesome.
Which movie is he doing again?
The what?
Mahler's teamed up with the Wolf,
right,
and the guy who does the sins, Cinema Sins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's a guy who does sins of their videos. Well, he has Mahler and the Wolf on all the time.
Yeah. Because there was one. It was a critique of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. He went back. He's like redoing that. He's only done 2 parts, and the first one is 2 hours and 42 minutes. The other one's 2 hours and 19 minutes. So,
yeah, what happened to the 3rd part?
It hasn't come out yet. I don't think.
No, but he had a 3-part series, and it went away.
3-part of The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
that's still there. But this was like I thought he had, maybe that's the one. I thought he did a previous one of The Force Awakens.
Yeah, he's replaced it. Yeah, but he has.
Oh, The Force Awakens and Unbridled Rage. So that was the first one, and then he did a critique of The Last Jedi, and now he's going back and doing and he's done what, 5 hours in those 2 videos, and he's like, I don't even know if he's 7 minutes into the movie.
Right?
It's like, good grief.
But things he points out is what's in the back of your mind as you're watching the movie. It's like, why is somebody so hot on Jakku when there's all these basically degenerates running around the galaxy? She wouldn't last 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't got any powers at that time.
Well, I don't know. She does learn to fly the Millennium Falcon
we all can fly the Millennium Falcon.
She doesn't have the Force. She doesn't have plot armor until she meets Lena Dunham's ex-boyfriend.
Now, I'd say she has plot armor a lot earlier than that because...
Yeah, now she's hooked up with Dion.
Yeah.
Well, she manages to scavenge Jakku without getting raped and enslaved, at least
in real life.
Yeah, like in real life. Yeah.
Well, she beats up those guys, and then she starts. It's basically once Finn grabs her hand, the plot armor comes on, because then we get the nonsense about stormtroopers who can't hit anything, and the guys, they come and do a strafing run, they blow them up enough. There's an explosion enough to lift them off the ground, but it doesn't do anything. They blow up the one ship in 2 shots that they're running toward. They hit the Millennium Falcon multiple times, and that doesn't even spray. We don't even get fire inside that BB-8 has to go put out, like we had in the original.
It doesn't even scratch the plot armor.
Right, and then she bumps into a few things, and look at this is funny. Drags it on the ground, and then
she was beating the hell out of the Falcon. It was pissing me off watching that.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, that's how you fly it. Well, watch this, and then she does, almost like a semi-Himmelman stall.
Yeah.
And what does she bypass again?
The compressor. She bypasses the compressor. That's later.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if anybody knows, why has the Starship got a compressor? Because a compressor is what you find in a jet engine, not an ion engine.
No.
Well, it's because it's Jar Jar.
Plot, man.
He doesn't know.
Because of plot, yeah.
Because Jar Jar.
Yeah, because Jar Jar is right.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Nor does
he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He can't even end the series. Was it Lost?
No. Lost. Alias. He had to bring somebody in for Alias.
He can do a good opening.
That's all he is. Yeah,
that's a good one. Nick says Jakku's Democrat all the way. Yeah, they're living in the welfare state. That's what it is.
Ray 2020. Oh, he's talking to unnamed. She bypasses the president in a way women bypass you. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
That was a good one.
Now,
Women bypass me.
as I said to people, the problem is after Harry Potter, we started to see more and more wish fulfillment characters like Hermione. Harry Potter.
What's her name? It sounds like she's gonna cry every 5 seconds.
Harry Potter was famous because of all the teenage girls wanting to be Hermione.
Oh, well, I think there's something to that. Google Hermione cosplay sometime when you're not at work.
No,
and when you're by yourself, cosplay do Scooby-Doo, do Velma and Daphne.
I know all about cosplay.
We've all seen those.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying when the movies came out, the vast majority by the third movie were girls, and Hermione was by far the most popular actress in the series. And since then, there have been just so many wish fulfillment characters that have been female. Rey is not the first, and she's not going to be the last. I mean, you got Captain Marvel. You got now talk of a Squirrel Girl.
Cadaver Danvers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now that's the other list that came out too. Was what the movies are going to be?
The 22 female-led MCU movies. 22.
22.
Well, not
seen that.
entirely, because that was actually going to be our main feature tonight.
Well, let's get to it.
All right. Well, I found a video posted in February by some guy called Dash Star.
Oh,
He laid out. Sorry.
yeah, you showed that. Yeah, that's the one you sent to me a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Oh, I didn't send it to you.
Dash
Somebody
Star.
did.
Well, it wasn't me. But anyway, he lays out the entire Phase 4 in order. So, June 2019, we have Dark Phoenix, which we've already seen the trailers for that. It doesn't look
that's
all
a
that
TV
impressive.
show.
She's got the same expression. She has the same expression in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but isn't that the TV? Isn't that a TV? Is that a TV show or a movie? I've been seeing.
No, the X-Men, the latest X-Men movie.
Oh, okay.
Or
It's a
probably
movie.
the final X-Men movie before they reboot it.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So July 2019, we're going to have Far From Home. We've already seen the trailers for that.
Yep.
Nothing to say about that.
I mean, nothing to say.
Potentially,
Go ahead.
potentially August 2019, we're going to have New Mutants, unless that's been pushed back again since February, which it probably has.
I thought that
Mhm.
was.
TV
I thought that
series,
was
isn't it?
killed off.
No,
It's
it's coming as a
still on
TV
hold.
series.
But
okay.
Nick has a poster for that one though. For a movie hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, the New Mutants, and the New Mutants is led by that chick from Shield.
Shield. I never saw
Agents
that.
of Shield.
Agents of Shield. She's a mutant.
Oh, the one who's
She-
like half alien or whatever.
Yeah.
The Spanish chick. Yeah, when she, I after Adria left, Adria, she's on the Orville now. She and her boyfriend in the series left. I think I gave it one more series. No, I take that back. When they started, whatever season they had, the Ghost Rider showed up.
Oh.
It was a Latino kid in a car. Yeah, instead of a motorcycle. I gave up on that. That's I think got like 3 or 4 episodes in, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to quit for quite a while, and now because she like her powers wake up from that labyrinth thing underground. So yeah, and it's like, okay, now we're aliens and we're in space and we're in time. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna wander us into oblivion. Go ahead, Frank.
All right, so 2020, we are going to have Black Widow, The Eternals, which supposedly is going to take place about 10,000 years ago, and could possibly feature a young Thanos, who was actually supposed to be one of the Eternals or related to them somehow.
All right, so the list that came out this past week has May 1st, 2020, and November 6th. So do you think that May 1st is that just in time for Mother's Day, it's Black Widow.
Maybe.
Well, there's also talk
Irony.
of the Young Avengers, Ironheart, Squirrel Girl, which they released the costume for. Marvel had an official costume launch for Squirrel Girl.
So,
And
well, yeah, we know we're going to get Squirrel Girl. We're going to get Riri. We're going to get Kamala Khan. We're going to get what's the other one?
Spider Girl.
Because they already casted Squirrel Girl, right?
Yeah, a while ago.
They're casting for Squirrel Girl. They're looking for a Gwen Stacy to do the crossover.
Spider Gwen.
Spider Gwen. And I forget the other female movie they're doing, which also has Captain Marvel in it.
Now, does Sony have Spider Gwen rights, or is that Marvel?
Sony has every Spider-Verse rights.
Okay.
It's a Sony Marvel crossover movie in which Spider Gwen is in a Spider-Man movie.
Right.
Yep, she was in Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Because that's how they can get more. Because this is the Marvel list, and then Sony can have some other stuff in and around that. We can get Venom.
Yeah, well, Sony also has another Venom movie.
Yeah.
Coming.
Yep, that's coming. So
A
February 20.
There's also a sequel to Into Spider-Verse coming.
Yeah. Well, it did well, so I expect that. So go ahead, Frank.
Okay.
February what?
February 2021, Black Panther, because we got to dip back into Black History Month again.
Yeah. That's part of what I was when I was.
History Month.
Yeah, when I was reading this list off the other day in my video, that's one of the things I was like, I wonder if they're going to ensure enough. There's two of them in February, one in 2021 and one in 2022. So it'll be interesting. So Black Panther, because that's one of the things that I know we're going to get another Black Panther movie. We're going to get a volume 3 of Guardians. We're going to get, most likely, my speculation is we were going to get an Ant-Man 3 of some sort, or maybe a Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp, or the Wasp volume 2
The Wasp
or something.
and Ant-Man, they're all the Wasp.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I saw a featurette, and it's on YouTube somewhere, about the female stunt women. And Evangeline Lilly, it's her and two other stunt women that do all that stuff. So it actually takes 3 of them to bring that character to life. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Did they do enough squats?
The stunt women do, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Are you satisfied now?
For the moment, until he sees them.
I can't get any satisfaction. I've been married for 20.
Yep.
Some odd years.
Incel.
He's the one out of incel. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
All right. So according to this list, then Frank, then we definitely have we have
Doctor Strange
information.
Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man 3, which could potentially feature the Sinister Six.
Right.
Potentially.
So what do you have?
Sony owns the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they
actually have a Sinister Six movie that was supposed to come out after Spider-Man 4. But because Spider-Man 4 got canned, the Sinister Six series got canned.
Well, they've been teasing it ever since the Amazing movies.
Yeah.
So they're finally ready to go because
Venom was a success.
Yeah, Venom's exists now. We have
Is it the symbiote or symbiote?
Symbiote.
Okay.
They teased the Scorpion, so they could easily. And we're going to have Mysterio and Hydro Man, so they could easily put the Sinister Six together.
Well, isn't that part of what we see in the trailer too, with the multiverse and all that as well?
Well, I think that's bullshit. Mysterio, if you know anything about the actual character, he's a former Hollywood special effects artist who blames Spider-Man for ruining his career when he rigged a mortar on a set that wasn't supposed to be there for a bigger effect, and it caused an explosion. And Spider-Man called him and handed over to the cops. So he used all of his special effects to make it look like he has magic powers.
Oh.
So he's more than likely just like made up this story about coming from a parallel Earth, to make himself look like a hero. and more than likely, he's teamed up with Hydro Man to stage these interventions to make him look like a hero.
Yeah.
And it's all some part of some kind of plot. Kind of, probably, yeah. But yeah, that's Mysterio's that's his MO. You know, make himself look like a hero as part of his plot.
Yeah, and staging an event to be a hero is actually a legitimate crime.
So,
yeah.
Well, hey, when's that ever saw that one? So,
right.
okay, so you have we have Black Panther 2 in February. You got something in May of 2021?
I haven't got any. There weren't any months listed in the video I watched, but 2021 is Doctor Strange 2, Spider-Man 3, Sinister 6, possibly also introducing Norman Osborn, who'll be the Green Goblin. 2022, we're going to have Guardians 3 or as Guardians of the Galaxy because we're going to have fucking Lebowski Thor out there.
No, he'll be in better shape by then.
Yep.
Hopefully. And grown-up Groot.
Because what's his name? Batista's character, he's a man.
And I know we're all excited for this one, Captain Marvel 2,
Woo!
which is supposed to feature Kamala Khan as her sidekick.
What? What?
Kamala Harris as
Is she the one that has really big fists?
Yep.
Probably.
You know what they say, big hands, right?
Isn't that America Chavez?
Oh.
No. Kamala Khan's the hijab warrior.
Yep.
No, whatever.
Who can make her hands big.
Dust was a character that Ian.
I thought you were going to say Dustin.
Ethan helped create. It's a Marvel character that they don't do anything with. No, not Dustin. Dust. I think her name's Dust. Of course, she's drawn quite. I mean, she has a headscarf on, but
for whatever reason,
other revealing pieces. So that's more. Well, I guess we don't know where the Sony stuff lies, but that's slightly more movies than what's in the list that was released because we get 2 this year on this list, 3 next year, and 2 next year. I'm in 2019, 3 in 2021, and 3 in 2022. So, but it'll be interesting because we have, it's kind of, May, February, November, February, May, November, February, May, July. So,
yeah, something like that.
We'll see.
Anyway.
Which one? So, go ahead and finish it. I have a question when you're done.
All right. Well, that's everything that has any kind of projected release date. Everything else is to be announced. First off is Fantastic Four. We're going to try that again.
Let's see how they go.
So how do you think they'll screw it up this time?
I don't know. They're all going to be
a black family.
Friggin' they're all going to be
by
lesbian, transgender black chicks.
Yeah, immigrant family.
Yep.
That Trump puts on a rocket to send them into outer space.
Yeah, they're all
we can only hope.
It won't be literally be Trump, but it'll literally be an orange man.
Yeah, Oompa Loompa Man will launch them into space and go, oh, don't come back now. You're here.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
He'll have huge hands.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's Kamala Khan's. That's her arch nemesis. Is Donald Trump, but he has huge hands too.
Yeah.
And he'll fight Captain Marvel and grab her by the pussy.
Yep. And she's gonna like it. She gonna like it. That'll be the twist. She actually likes it.
Now, the problem is, and what these people don't understand, yes, there is more to life than just A and B. But the problem is, they think because there's some virtue to being outside the box, they want everything to be outside the box. And by mainstreaming it, what they do is perpetuate a new underclass, which they'll then champion 20 years down the track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they put him inside the box.
Yeah.
So
the box is nice inside the box.
Yeah, what all these groups don't understand is the very people who are supposedly trying to mainstream them are the very people who took them out of the mainstream in the first place and put them in this box of don't you be bad now.
Hey, I think it's on Amazon.
What is?
Oh no, I have to have Con TV. A Boy and His Dog, and
it's supposed to be on Amazon.
It's not. Well, I can't see it.
It was on Amazon. I'll just say that.
Okay, it says watch with Con TV. Start your 7-day free trial. I don't know what that means. So anyway.
Oh, that means you got to buy the subscription.
I already have one. Go ahead, Frank. Finish.
Go.
All right. So next up is Deadpool 3 to be announced. No idea what's going to happen there.
Wow.
Don't everybody get all happy at once.
Yep. Ant-Man 3. No idea what that's going to be about.
I bet he's going to get real small, though.
You need a tissue? You need a moment, Frank?
No, it's fine. Just a little sniffly sinuses.
Why don't you get a smoke? Why don't you go get a smoke break?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, he's back and smoking again, everyone.
Yeah, I know. I gave in.
Yeah. I guess you're going to start seeing shit.
Yeah. New Wolverine. Possibly
I thought he died.
Well,
No,
they're gonna
it's called The New Wolverine on purpose.
Yep.
Literally?
Well, it's Wolverine.
Oh my God. I didn't know that.
There's a lot of up in the air about this. It's possible Hugh Jackman might come back and do an old man Logan thing, but more than likely they're going to find somebody new because he's going to kickstart the all-new X-Men series.
I thought it was X-Force.
X-Force.
No, X-Force is Deadpool's team. And they're all dead.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no. I thought that Wolverine teamed up with Deadpool at one stage to reboot X-Force.
In the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
they'll do that so much.
Who knows?
Because they said there was going to be an X-Force movie down the track.
Possibly. Nothing's been determined at this point, at least not back in February.
All right.
But possible Old Man Logan, possible X-23 spin-off movie.
Really?
Yep.
So we want to see that little Spanish girl again?
Yep. Following that, there's going to be a Nova movie.
Oh, what? Nova? Oh, Nova? Oh, okay.
Yep, as in the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to get the PBS series on as a movie? Oh, my God.
Yeah, right.
God. You're watching Nova.
And last but not least, Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, possibly starring Idris Elba.
Of course it's Idris Elba.
I'm calling it now. All of these to be announced movies, they're all Idris Elba.
Right. He's in every movie.
He has to be.
He's going to be a busy boy.
So
speaking of Idris Elba real quick, there's a guy at my job straight up looks like he could be Idris Elba's brother.
Oh, because they're black and they all look alike.
No, because he looks like him, his face. Fuck!
That's it. Google police are on their way to your house now.
Yeah, we're going to be demonetized. They're going to take away our subscribers.
What happened?
Sorry, go ahead. I crashed, that's why.
Okay, you forgot The Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is a Disney Plus. I was doing a search for this Shang-Chi and this thing came up from GameSpot, just posted 2 hours ago. Every Marvel Phase 4 movie and TV show, including release dates.
Well,
Dun,
an
updated
list.
Yeah, Black Widow, May 1st. Yep. So that's Mother's Day is not May 1st, but close enough. Shang-Chi. Okay, so we get Pink Panther 2 in February. Guardians of the Galaxy is May 7th, 2021. Doctor Strange is the November 5th, 2021 movie. So you guys are getting not exclusive, but a what do they call it? Hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses.
Secondhand news.
Your pop culture minute.
Yes. Except I can't do it in a minute. I'm going to do a pop culture minute on this. Maybe Eternals, who looks like they have a blonde Superman ripoff.
February. Are you talking about Brightburn?
I don't know. 2022 and Miss Marvel with Kamala Khan. No, Miss Marvel is Kamala Khan. Is the May 6th, 2022 movie. So there you go. So she's going to get her own movie. And then in July 29, 2021, this article saying that's Captain Marvel 2.0. So there we go.
Yep. Now I'm waiting for that rat from Guardians of the Galaxy 1 to have his own movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's getting a movie. You get a movie. I get a movie. We all get a movie.
I want to know
everyone's getting their own Marvel movie.
How many tickets Disney's going to have to buy through third parties to keep
at least 25 each
in every showing on every screen across the country.
They're going to make a movie. They're going to make a movie for the rat that brought Scott out of the quantum realm.
Oh my God!
As I pointed out,
origin movie.
It was quite legitimate for them to do that, and they used their charitable donation percentage, whatever, to do it.
Oh, I know.
It's not illegal. It's immoral.
It should be.
Well, it padded the number. Only get 90% of that back in the first couple of weeks. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So that's a Disney Plus for those of you who want to see that bromance blossom into more.
Oh, God.
Because that will kick off. We'll get
because I know Lape didn't get his big sloppy kiss from Captain America.
I know, I was disappointed. So how many boxes will that tick off? So we have a black man, we have a disabled white man, and they're both gay. One of them needs to be trans, and we can tick off like 7 boxes. It'd be awesome.
They're not gay. They're patriotic.
Very. They are very patriotic.
No, this article.
Bucky, your flag is so high.
So
where's the Thai lady boy? Where's the Thai lady boy in all this?
Joel's too busy having sex with him.
Is this really? WandaVision is going to be the name of the Disney Plus show.
Wait, what's it called? WandaVision?
For Scarlet Witch and Vision. That's what
that is such a stupid name. WandaVision. I'm activating my WandaVision.
This show brought to you in WandaVision.
Yep.
Smoke Chesterfields.
WandaVision.
Oh, there you go. WandaVision. Oh, that's what we should have named this episode. WandaVision.
Hawkeye is getting his own TV show on Disney Plus, and you get a show, Well,
if Hawkeye gets a show, is it going to be like a? It's like a family sitcom where it's just him and his kids hanging out.
No.
So, Dad, tell us about that 5-year killing spree you were on.
Mm-hmm. So, they were all very bad people.
Hey, wait a minute. Does the kid? Yeah, he'd be in serious trouble, because all that killing that he did doesn't get undone by the snap.
No, it doesn't. What he did is permanent.
Mm-hmm. He killed all those Japanese people. How are we gonna get an anime now? LMP has no hentai anymore to watch.
Howard the Duck on Hulu.
Okay,
because that worked out well the first time.
Break. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hurry up. Just go and leave while he's doing.
That is so. And you think this was George Lucas at his prime when he made that movie, and it was just after his wife left. So you pretty much know who was the real talent in that partnership.
Mm-hmm. They probably had some weird sex parties.
And the offenders.
Yeah, did Frank actually leave?
Yeah, he muted himself and everything. There's also Ghost Rider is going to Ghost Rider series. Is this the guy from? Yeah, it is.
The one with the motorcycle.
Gabriel Luna. No, he's kind of
the discount Nicolas Cage.
Sort of. Luna previously played the same role in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't on a motorcycle. He was on a muscle car, like a Dodge or something. Marvel's 616 on Disney Plus. Marvel's Hero Project. Marvel's What If on Disney Plus. God bless America. I put in the chat. I put the link to the article I'm looking at. WandaVision. I've got to do an article now because that. Yep. Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Hey,
WandaVision.
You know,
WandaVision.
Marvel and DC have a licensing agreement that involves that at any one time they can take one of each other's characters and actually insert them into their products.
Yeah. As long as they don't kill them off.
As long as they don't kill them off. That's right. And we have yet in nearly 20 Marvel movies, we have yet to actually see them use that licensing agreement. Which is weird.
Which one?
The one he just said.
Oh.
Yeah, Marvel and DC, they have a licensing agreement.
Oh.
They can actually take a character and use them.
Oh.
Because they actually created a Marvel DC crossover universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, considering
Bryon,
DC
get in the nose, man.
Yeah. Well, look, I stopped reading comics in the 70s. What can I say?
Never mind. I was gonna.
40 years ago. 78, 79, somewhere around there is,
428 Batmans ago.
Yeah. Or at least I stopped buying them. I think my
You got tired of all the reboots.
Yeah. Well, I read.
Do I know?
Sergeant.
Do I know?
Who? What?
No, you said you know, and I said, do I know? What do I know?
Yes, the ultimate MCU movie, Sad Sack.
Sad Sack?
He was the worst Marine in World War II.
Oh, yeah.
What remember that?
No.
Sad Sack. Never heard of it.
Yeah, there's actually a comic called Sad Sack.
Yeah. Was that Marvel?
No, I don't know. I think
Oh.
Marvel bought out the company that owned the rights. I think Sad Sack and Bazooka Joe were all independents originally.
Yeah, Harvey Comics is what the Wikipedia page has listed. But yeah, that hasn't been it was in syndication in newspapers until 1957. I don't remember the last time they even made stuff. 76.
I know the MCU won't do it, but there was actually Marvel had some R-rated comics back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Like,
well, I don't know. They just said Marvel. The Deadpool wasn't the only R-rated comic.
well, I figured that. Yeah, I'm sure there's some. Excuse me. Was that fall in love R-rated? But we gotta have some for the adults, right?
Well, Blade and Venom were R-rated movies. The Punisher.
The Punisher was awesome.
The Punisher.
You gonna be punished.
Yeah.
That was a good movie though. The first one, that first Punisher movie. I mean, the second Punisher movie, because I haven't seen the Dolph Lundgren one.
Yeah, well, when they reboot Punisher, he's probably getting spanked by Captain Marvel and hauled off to prison.
Yep, he's gonna have to ask for permission to do anything.
It's back. I'm going to ask my question that I meant to ask, and I want him to be part of the discussion. Well,
I would
apparently,
like
the
him.
Amazing Spider-Man was pretty risque back in the comic.
Yeah.
And the Punisher. So here we have best R-rated comic books that should be made into movies. How about that? Oh my goodness. Who's this chick?
That is because there's Marvel
the
and
Last Man.
all had them.
I don't know who these are. The 12.
The 12. That sounds familiar.
It's a Marvel comic. It was a series of books that would happen to Golden Age style superheroes weren't quite Superman quality, but would end up living today. The 12 was not a comedy flick. It was a murder mystery filled with grit and angst. 1 Month to Live.
Yeah.
Which looks like it has the Fantastic Four in it. Lobo. Lady Death. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Lobo. Sheriff Lobo was made into a comic.
Yeah. Lady Death would really get L&P going.
Of course.
Saga.
Yeah, but Lady Death is Thanos' wife. Eventually. Thanos doesn't get killed.
Yeah. He becomes a farmer.
That's right.
Like the comic is yeah.
He becomes a farmer. Nebula steals his glove and undoes the snap.
Yep. So, yeah, I saw that. I went ahead and read up on the comic before the movie came out. I figured, why not?
Then Thanos returns to and rebuilds Titan and becomes Thanos the Titan. And for a while, he's actually a hero.
It's nice. That's pretty good for him. I'm ready to just cry for him.
Until he teams up with Lady Death.
Yeah.
Say, bitch, I'm gonna impress you by killing half the universe. You better have sex with me.
She turns it down, and so he becomes Thanos the Titan, and
then gets cucked by Deadpool.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. I think my brother told me about that. Frank's back. Yay! How was the cigarette?
It was great.
Did it taste good in your mouth?
It was fantastic.
Was it huge?
No.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
So,
all right.
You got anything else?
No. Well, Bryon wants to ask a question.
I meant to ask him before he left. So, well, you were listing off the things of the movies and all that other stuff. So there's been the latest Marvel. They announced it. They didn't say who's going to be the LGBTQ plus 79 character.
Who gives a fuck?
You forgot Two Spirit, and you forgot the Two Spirit for the Canadians.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they'll get the Game of Thrones cast. They ain't gonna be doing nothing for a while.
If you don't,
there'll be some damn other kin for me.
In Canada.
Well, what I think is so dumb about this, I was trying to remember exactly when this happened. I don't remember if it was DC Marvel. It could have been, Acme Comics for all I know. But there was a character it was in the late 80s or early 90s, because I know I was driving to school at UT. So I think I was in my Subaru because I had a radio that worked. The Fiat didn't have a radio that worked very well. And they were talking about it. This guy was, was a big burly, this guy, was like Superman, real muscular and everything. And they said he was gay. And this is obviously in the comics, not the movies. And there was a big hubbub about it. And, he can't be gay, he's muscular, because that was the perception that gays were, flimsy men. The soy boys, actually. And then we find out that the soy boys are just sexual deviants. But so I'm like,
I'm looking at you, LMP.
This isn't even new territory. This has been retreaded multiple times in the comics over the last 30 years. I guess it's just now we haven't had it fully on film.
But there is a group of people who have an absolute savior complex who believe that all these minorities should be put on pedestals and worshipped because they're special.
Yeah, I know.
That's so special.
It actually
because they can't feel good about themselves otherwise.
Yeah, it degrades their humanity when they do that too.
Mm-hmm.
That was the lesson from the first Incredibles movie. When everybody is special, nobody
is.
Yeah, well, they touch on that in the Heroes. I don't know if you guys saw the Heroes TV show. They have
I used to watch that.
I forget which season it's in, but it starts off and it's like in the future, and everybody has powers. People are flying around and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's the problem. Now everybody has them, and there's nothing special to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Sylar goes back in time to change it so that not everybody gets the powers. So
isn't that also used in Legion? He undoes everything. He thinks he tries to create a perfect world using his enormous superpowers.
Yeah, that never works out, does it?
We're not talking about the Will Smith movie, are we?
No. Legion is the FX series that Disney wants to do a movie with now. Apparently,
yeah, he's the son of Xavier.
Oh,
that's so dumb.
Yes, he's the son of Xavier, and he has every mutant power, but they're divided over 6 multiple personalities.
That sounds awesome.
And he also has multiple existences of himself in multiple dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually aware of them.
And he's gay.
Well, no, one of them.
No.
He's gay for himself.
Yep.
He abuses his sister.
So there we go. So yeah, they could reboot that, and yeah, you'd have a gay, you'd have an incel, you'd have a trans, you'd have cuts his arm off to be handicapped.
Damn. Cuts his arm
Really
off.
capable.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a fag.
And you have a woman.
Yeah.
Gotta have the woman.
It's a wild man.
Women. They're all women.
See,
And
Raiders
the
of the
hijab
Lost Flicks
warrior.
thinks it's
Gotta have
Bucky
the
too.
woman, the hijab warrior, and the Latino.
I'm telling you, the Falcon and Bucky are going to come out and be a gay couple on Disney.
Oh, boy.
Morning, Cap. Oh, Cap, we miss you.
Yep.
Like we both miss Cap. That's how
I
that
want to
becomes.
roll your shield.
As they both find out they both had sex with Cap.
Oh shit! He's like on your left.
Completely deep. Because we have to pad the movie to a 3-hour runtime.
Jeez. Yeah.
The greatest love story of all.
Remember when people complained about a 2-hour runtime, so they came out with Heat at a 3-hour runtime.
I remember people complaining, huh? Yeah,
Well,
I think people just get over to movies as long as it needs to be.
The really old, back in the really old days, like when my dad was.
They're like 3 hours long, yeah.
Yeah, but they'd have a intermission.
Intermission.
We had one theater, right? There was one screen.
One theater. You had intermission. For any movie over an hour.
Yep. So Raiders of the Lost Flicks says, do you realize that Marvel has now created the first flying saucer? I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Which flying saucer?
I don't know. It's what
Cap Shield, it's a flying saucer. He throws it in a sauce dish. I don't know. Maybe.
Have we got anything else?
No, I don't. I talked about Game of Thrones and how hilarious, but at the same time sad it is that the show's going down.
Falcon is a flying saucer.
First is episode 1, which is filler. Then episode 2 is a god-awful mess.
Oh. Falcon with Cap Shield.
Now the Battle of Winterfell was terrible because you had cavalry used as a frontal charge on an overwhelming force, which nobody. You have siege weapons outside the castle, despite the fact that
trebuchets on the front line because that's where artillery goes.
Yep. Dumbasses. Someone should slap them for that, just for that alone. The
Mahler's video on
thing.
that was I showed that to my wife, and she's not seen any Game of Thrones, and she's like, why did they do that? And it was entertaining.
Because spectacle.
Because dumbasses.
Jon Snow knows nothing. That's the whole point of that episode. You know nothing.
So do you think he's going to be the daughter?
Probably, yeah, the daughter. You got it. Keep going.
Because it's going to turn. I think Cersei. Who's Lena Headey's character?
Survivors.
Lena Headey's character. What's her name?
They're going to be 3 women.
I don't remember.
Well, they're down to what? Only one guy left.
Basically,
Cersei. Isn't this her name? Cersei. I think she's going to be the one that
wins.
Yeah. Well, what did I said? I don't remember if it was in the chat or on my video, but basically I said what's going to happen is because they're going to go to her for, she's going to kill them. She's going to look around, raise a glass, of wine, drink it, toasting her own victory with all the dead bodies lying around right in front of around the throne. And she's going to sit on the throne and realize the wine is poisoned, and then it'll go to black.
She's gonna look at the skin like, oh shit.
They get a Sopranos ending.
Yep.
Everybody's dead.
And all the regular people are like, thank God they're dead. Finally,
yeah,
can all live normal lives.
And Jon Snow's friend Sam has this adopted daughter, and he's telling her the story. She's on the throne.
Yeah, and the daughter's gonna be like, "Why did they put the trebuchets on the outside? Like, what the hell was that all about?" Like, she's gonna tell this epic story. She's gonna be like, "What the hell was the Battle of Winterfell all about? Why did y'all fuck it up in the end?"
We turned into Fred Savage and the Princess Bride. Oh, gross! Kissing. Skip that part.
Yeah, did you realize that they, in that one episode, they nullified 2 seasons. All that Azor Ahai stuff, all that searching for swords.
Which episode we talking about? I mean, I've not seen anything but Mahler's video, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Like one video he did on it.
Oh, season 4. I mean, not season 4. Episode 4. This last one. This one that came out last week.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what. Yeah, it's like, oh, season. I keep saying it. Episode 3 is horrible, horrible, worst ever. It can't get any worse.
And
Next week, oh, hold my beer.
It's like, hold my beer. It's like, hold my Starbucks cup.
Hold my Starbucks.
Hold my latte. Yeah.
And then, what's gone now? The cup is gone now. For now, it will return.
Ballista that can fire in a straight line, faster than and more accurate than bullets. Over 200 miles.
Yeah, I'm throwing away my guns. I'm gonna get a ballista now. Screw that shit.
Ballista is the new, it's the new atomic weapon, man. They can fly straight and fly 200 miles. They make the Patriot missile look like shit.
Like a BB gun.
Yeah, I did see the clips on the last week's show where it was past one. I guess it was Sunday or whatever, where the dragons are just flying along, la di da di da, like, oh, there's ships. And they don't even do anything, and then even after they get hit, they don't do anything.
Yeah, they were like, guys, can we like maneuver?
Everybody else is staring at the dragon, watching it die, and it's like, hello, bitch, just go around the back, all right? Why don't you just go behind them? They can't hit you there.
Or like they serpentine.
Yeah.
Like one goes this way, one goes the other way, go around, napalm their asses basically, and then damn, there you go.
But ballista, they can't fire straight up either. I mean, come on, they're ballista. They should not. They should arc. What happened to gravity?
Yes.
Where's the arc?
It does not exist until it needs to exist.
Yeah.
Gravity is for losers.
Until the plot requires it to exist.
So they build up the Night King. Boom, he gets smoked.
Yep.
They build up the Legend of Azor Ahai. He doesn't even get a scene.
Nobody gets a scene.
Azor Ahai, because he's a male hero, doesn't get a scene. We don't get to see we don't get a male hero with a flaming sword cut down the Night King as per legend.
That would have been cool.
Instead,
that didn't happen.
That would have made sense.
Right?
Instead, Maisie gets to be the next Rey. Because women.
So many Rays.
Oh.
They're coming everywhere. Like, could you imagine having a dream where all the Rays are coming in like 28 days later?
But Daenerys, Daenerys is so focused on a castle that she doesn't see that the ship's in the bay. She doesn't see the ships in the bay.
No, because they didn't exist until they needed to.
Right.
And you're telling me that she flew past, right? She flew all the way from Winterfell to the bottom of the country in a day with all those ships.
She sort of forgot about the Iron Fleet.
And that the Iron Fleet teleported in front of her. They totally gave up any semblance of logistics in that show. That everybody, day by day, is wherever they need to be, no matter how far away anything is.
Because it's magic.
Yep.
Do you believe in magic?
This is making me depressed, Linda.
All right.
And also, technically, the world is supposed to be twice the size of ours.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I've seen that map of Westeros and whatever the hell the other one's called. Essos, Eastos, or whatever.
And now they want us to sit down in, November and watch the first episode of the prequels, which is why they delayed the Game of Thrones. They didn't we now find out they didn't delay the Game of Thrones because they were taking so long to make season 8. They delayed it because it took so long to make the prequels.
Oh my god! I thought that was a joke someone made. They're actually prequels.
Yeah, they are actually going ahead with the prequel series. I thought,
Oh my god!
come on, I thought it was a joke, guys. Come on.
Is it done by the same guys?
Years ago from it all.
Well,
Well, I wasn't pulling that close. Oh my god!
Yeah. I'm getting
All
too
right,
gross. Let's wrap the damn thing.
Let's
up.
wrap it up.
Keep talking.
About what?
Anything.
Anything? Okay, so check it out. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 came out in November 13th, 2012. For those you didn't remember. Because I'm looking at a poster on my wall right now.
Well, Fortnite is walking all over all those game records.
Oh, God. Don't talk about Fortnite.
And all that, yeah. Fortnite walked all over them. Fortnite's still going.
Speaking of Fortnite, I don't know why, but someone said something, but this is making me think about it. They didn't have that one scene from on Avengers where she's like firing her Black Widow, shooting her pistol, unless I missed it. Did I miss it? Or was that cut from the movie?
That was cut.
Yep. Because it did look ridiculous if you look at it. It doesn't even look like she pulls back the slide. It just looks like she does her hand back and that's it. She doesn't actually move it. So I'm glad to see that didn't make it in because it looked ridiculous. Even when the magazine was ejecting, it didn't even look right.
But
we're talking about
all the deleted scenes will be from the movie will be on the DVD, including the Black Widow scene.
Mm.
All right. I'm done now. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So we'll do. We're still doing Hall of Fame. So Anna Nyström, I guess is how you pronounce her name. She's from, I think, Norway.
Ooh, I was just thinking Norway too. You said that.
Let me double check. I don't know. She's Instagrammer, and she definitely does squats. So I'll make sure I get an appropriate image for the thumbnail to demonstrate that.
See if you can Photoshop a Starbucks cup in her hand.
I need to make it a really cheap and obvious. I can definitely.
Well, you know, Starbucks is successful when they can teleport to another world,
right?
Well, what was the thing they talked about? Was it something existing in? Oh, phooey. In Star Wars, was it Starbucks existing in Star Wars or something like that?
No, it was Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. All right.
E.T.
Okay. Well, we're going to go backwards. So, David, since you were the last one here, you're the first one to say howdy doody and plug your channel.
Yes, please subscribe. Please. Desperate. I have a channel. I am sorry. I woke up with this terrible cold on Sunday and was unable to do a show last week and rant about Game of Thrones. And then I tune in and find that a lot of people notice the same thing. I think even Martin, if he was dead, he'd be turning in his grave. I mean, it's terrible. Anyway, I try to bring you a breakdown of pop culture and try and steer everybody away from it to try and reboot pop culture. Thank you.
Hopefully.
Well, it's the only way I see it forward, that pop culture has to die in order to reboot completely. Get rid of the political nonsense. Because pop culture was made great on escapism, not, hi, here's your propaganda for today.
Okay. Also, we have, and I put the link in the chat, and I'm putting the link. I'll put it in the description as well for those listening later.
Writer, find me on Amazon.
Yep. And looks like Appalachian American had to leave. He's going to leave right before we're closing anyway. So, also from somewhere in the south central part of the country, TapAndDie.
WandaVision.
Oh, I gotta put that in the. I gotta make sure I put that in the.
That'll make a good ringtone. But
yeah.
Why did you? It's a rip off of me, man. I did it first
because I wanted to.
I have been your lovable host, Cuckmuffin, and Reality's Frank. Take us home, please.
Next summer, Rob Schneider is a butt-probing alien from Uranus with critical depression. Until one day, he meets and befriends an unemployed homeless proctologist. Walt Disney Pictures presents Bum and Bummer, rated R.
Yes, you're right. That's one of your best ones yet.
Yep, it is.
All right.
Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hopefully the dogs won't shit in the house and I won't be late.
Good night.
Good night.
.com.
And